All right, I usually don't do this many videos, but I figured we might as well kind of milk the cow on the content right now just because I don't know, I guess I just have the time at the moment. This lighting is also very just like tits up, so I'm sorry about that, but hopefully this at least the audio quality is okay. I think college girls legitimately are starting to give me like the fucking like chills. Um, I literally feel like I don't even know. I feel like every college girl might be Malak or Ball. Um, I was talking to this. I don't want to say her name, but I was talking to this girl. We'll call her. We'll call her. I don't. I'm not even gonna say her name, but we'll call her like Rachel. So there's this girl Rachel who is from. Well, she goes to Kentucky, and well, she goes to some school in Kentucky. That's all I'm gonna say. But she was. Hmm, I really don't want to give people's personal business out there, so I'm gonna try my best to make this as like conservative as possible. So we were talking on a Omegle, so to say, because I was kind of bored, the low life that I am. And I was on Omegle. I'm like, fuck it, let's talk to some random people. Because if you don't know, I'm actually in a different country right now, and in this country, not many people speak English, let alone fluent English. So it's kind of hard for me to grasp intellectuality. I don't even know if that's a word with someone while speaking to them in a different language. So figured I'm like, I'll go on Omi and maybe just talk to some Americans and see, if they're still retarded. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to say that word, but if we get taken down, you know why. Anyway, so I'm talking to this girl on Omegle, and she was like nice at first. We were doing the whole like stroking each other's ego, like, oh, you look good, all this bullshit. Anyway, we're talking, and she was telling me how there was this guy. I was like, so how's college? Like, and then, she was like, oh, like I'm in orientation right now, but I just got in and all this BS. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I just went straight forward. I'm like, are there any guys that you're like, ooh, you know what I mean? And that's when oh my gosh, man, she let it out like Rambo, dog. I mean, she just told me the whole juice. And like, I'm telling you, like, it's kind of scary, bro. So this girl was telling me how basically there's a 6'5" baseball player she's really into. And then she started like rambling about how there was this guy from I don't I'll say Indiana, and this other guy she used to talk to. Well, used to, but you'll see what I'm talking about. So this guy who's from Indiana, he happens to be he sells insurance for a living, and he's one of those those Instagram profiles that have the like DM me sex for you know what I mean? It's like DM me the word, pedophile for this, you know what I mean? So T is one of those accounts, those kind of like promotion, sales, you know what I'm talking about, like those Andy Elliott, low life scums. So he has that account, but it turns out this guy has a little little OF action, and when you go on his Instagram account, he doesn't actually have like a link for it. And I asked her, I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? Because like she told me his name and everything, because I made her comfortable enough, I guess, for her to tell me like the name and everything. It's the thing with women, right? You gotta make them comfortable enough to where they just tell you it all. Because a woman will literally tell you anything, as long as you're just straightforward, as long as you're honest, as long as you give them the whole emotional, like, you know what I mean? Like you have to be a little more emotional. Anyway, so back to this dude. Basically, he has this OF and he smashes like a bunch of girls. He's also in college. I don't know if he goes to Indiana or if he goes somewhere else, but they met originally in Indiana because she's also from Indiana, put it that way. And she was like talking about this guy, and I was like, so were you guys dating? She's like, yeah, we were like on and off, but we were dating at some point. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, well, like, are you guys still like a thing? Because you're talking about this baseball player who goes to, your school. And she's like, oh, well, I text him and he just comes over. Like, anytime I text him, I kind of have the control and he just comes over and we just like fuck. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, so if you get with this like baseball player, are you guys gonna still do things on the side? She's like, yeah, yeah, I will. And she started like laughing and all this shit. I'm like, this is literally talking to like a demon, bro. It's crazy. And I told her, I was like, so wait a minute. So does this guy like, does he have like a girlfriend? And she's like, no, I don't think so. But like, his OnlyFans, he has sex with like a bunch of girls. He like posts videos. He makes like $3,000 a week doing it. And I'm like, gosh, damn. And then she was telling me how this was the craziest part. And I'm just gonna say this now. This OF guy, we'll call him John. Let's call him John. So Rachel is the college girl. John is the OF guy, and then I don't know, Ray. We'll just say Ray. I don't know why Ray popped up in my mind. Fucking Kai Cenat. But Ray is the baseball player. So John, basically, I don't know if I don't think he had a girlfriend, but she was telling me, right? Because I was telling her, I'm like, so what are you guys just like? Do you guys just, do it whenever? Are you like? And I'm like, so I was like, to be honest, you kind of sound like a side bitch, because he's just fucking you whenever he wants. Because she was telling me, she's like, yeah, like he just texts me and then I come over, or like I'll text him, he comes over. And I'm like, to me, it just sounds like you're kind of some kind of side piece, like side bitch. I just told her straight up. And she was like, and this is what she said. I didn't know how she was gonna react. And she goes, I love being his side bitch though. And bro, like my jaw was just like, I was like, well, damn. So as I'm talking to this girl, yada yada, she's telling me all this other crazy stuff about him. He has like a $2 million house in Texas. He has a $1 million house in Florida. I don't even know all this bullshit. But this is the scary part. You go on this guy's profile on his Instagram, right? I obviously can't show his Instagram. I could, but I'm not going to. But you go on this guy's Instagram profile. I mean, this guy literally looks like every other sales account Instagram. Like, there's no OF link. It's very professional looking. He posts like videos about like his wins, his sales, the people he worked with. He's like, oh, like this guy made like a $450 sale today, like in less than like an hour or something like that. Like, it doesn't look like there are any of these like kind type of people. By the way, also the girl, Rachel. I just happened to find her Instagram too because, well, if you look at the following of John's, I just typed her name, her first name, and boom, I found hers. And it just so happens she's public too. I saw her account. And do you know those like fake Christian uh counts where they're like they give you like the little like the little quote in like John 4, John 14:7 or whatever the heck. You know what I'm talking about, right? Sorry, I'm not into religion like that, and I don't know all like the Bible versions and stuff, so please don't kill me. But she had a little like, she had a little bio, and then she had those you know how those girls, those Christian girls, they do those like photo shoots in like the fields, those like cornfields or like, those like nature fields. So I saw a picture of her doing that. She wasn't wearing a cross though in it, so I was like, okay, kind of interesting. Very mo I should say modest because she had like beach pictures with kind of like her little bootay out. But she wasn't like this wasn't like some Miami girl, Instagram account if you know what I'm talking about. So after having this conversation with this girl, I think our internet ended up getting a little fucked up, so it kind of cut out a bit earlier than I wanted it to. But this is not the only experience I've heard with girls like this stuff. But I just thought about this, and I'm like this girl is a proud hoe. Like she's like a proud slut. And like the fact that like this guy is like smashing girls every week, possibly every day. I mean, we don't know. Maybe not every day, but I'm willing to bet minimum twice a week if he's posting on OF Weekly. I mean, you'd think, right? With she said there was hundreds. And she was telling me how she gets OF for free. I'm like, okay, and like what? I don't give a fuck. Like what? So she basically was like, she was proud. That's what got to me. Like she was proud of that shit. She was just some ordinary bitch. Like she was just like, oh, I'm going to. I was like, what's your major? I forgot like what specifically her major was, but she wants to be a physical therapist or whatever major they go for physical therapy. I think it's something with like exercise something. I forgot the term for it, but that's what she's going for. And it just so happens, Mr. Baseball Ray, he also is going for the same degree, so they're probably going to have some fun because they might be in the same classes. I don't know. But I realized something about these girls when you're very act like their friend-ish to them. They will tell you all of their intentions, they will tell you all of their goals, they will tell you everything that you want. If you are just like, not honest, but you have to be more emotionally loose with them. Put it that way. Like there is no common sense with it. Because like I was telling her, I'm like, yo, that's kind of crazy. And she's like, yeah, I know, right? Like I'm just like, I mean, seriously, it's like just watching the devils just dancing around you. You know what I mean? I guess where I'm going with this video, bro, is like I don't even know if I can trust these like women anymore. I don't even know if I can trust anybody because so many and by the way, she's a freshman too, like at university, so like, well, she's gonna be the prey, I guess, put it that way. But I'm just like it's like it's more so scary to me, bro, like how proud it's like how proud they are of this shit. They're so like she was happy. She literally said to me, and I quote, she's like, "I'm happy being his side bitch." And then she's like, "Oh, but like he's my side bitch too." I'm like, "That's not really how it works. Like you're the one getting fucked. He's doing the fucking." You get what I mean? So, I don't know. I didn't really say that to her, but you kind of have to when someone's digging the hole, you got to let them dig it deeper. You know what I mean? You kind of have to just shut up and watch from the distance. So after she said that, I was really like kind of shell shocked. I don't know, man. It's scary because she seemed like the super, you know, I don't want to say she seemed like this complete pure virgin, but she seemed like just a regular person. Just like, oh, I'm going to my major for this. Oh, yeah, I'm at university. And as soon as I talk about guys, as soon as I mention guys, that's when the truth comes out. And that's when, well, you ask more questions. And you know what girls like? They like attention. And they also like being applauded for the attention. So every time she said some crazy shit, I just applauded. I literally was just laughing. I was like, oh yeah, like just stupid shit like that. Because the more you give them positive reinforcement for their negative reinforcement actions, the more they'll think it's good. Again, it's like playing with the devil. You feed it more shit, it's gonna love it. So I don't know, man. I mean, this is obviously one example out of I don't even know how many more I could tell you, but I don't want this video to be too long. But I just feel like I think we're fucked from like a family perspective, from I don't know. I mean, if girls are this happy and proud of being this ran through, passed around human, like I feel bad. Like I feel bad. There's just no sense of family, there's no sense of morality, and I don't know, man. It's scary, but that's it, man. I guess that's the video. Fuck.